You ready?
Good evening, viewers. Yeah, I'm ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, talking about the issues that matter most, it's Cat and Funny.
Well, viewers, this evening we watched Unstoppable at the cinema.
Yep.
So we thought, well, what are we going to do? What are we going to do?
What about a film review with a brief synopsis?
That's exactly what we're going to do.
Good.
The viewers didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
Andy, would you like to give said synopsis?
Yeah, okay. I have written down my likes and dislikes.
Yeah, well, you're jumping ahead now. Do you want to give a bit of a synopsis first?
All right, then.
Yeah.
It's exactly what you said it was when I said to you, what's this film about? It's similar to Speed, Sandra Bullock, Keanu Reeves.
Right.
Similar to Speed, but involving a train rather than a bus.
Yeah.
There isn't any more than that I can add. That sums it up perfectly.
The only thing I'd add to that is that, and my observation on the film was the fact that I knew that, I'd heard people say...
One other thing, when I say, just jumping in here, when I say no difference between a train and a bus, the bus couldn't go below 50, whereas
and a bus
the train
couldn't run on railway tracks.
The train didn't have a speed limit. It just had a destination, whereas the bus had a slower speed and disaster was going to occur. The train had to be stopped before it reached a certain destination.
What Andy's trying to say in about 1,000 less words is that it was basically about a train that was out of control. And the main difference between this and Speed was the fact, and I must admit, I thought going into it there were going to be terrorists or somebody causing it or sabotaging it, but it wasn't. It was basically a train out of control, starring Denzel Washington, one of your favourite actors.
Yeah. What happened to his hair though?
He cut it off.
Oh.
What happened to your hair?
But that just went.
Yeah.
But the last film I saw of him, he had loads of hair. That was all shaved off.
That was Crimson Tide 1995. But it's funny, Andy came over and I said, right Andy, do you know anything about this film? He said, I don't need to know about it. All I need to know is that Denzel Washington's in it. That was enough for you, wasn't it?
I knew that it would be a good film as long as... If he was in it, I knew it was going to be a good film.
Within 5 or 10 minutes of the film, when they lose control of the train, I was gripped. I wanted to know how do they stop the train.
Well, look.
Yeah, and you said the opposite actually. You said because I know they're going to say to stop the train, so I'm not really going to enjoy it so much, which is a funny counterpoint.
I knew they were going to stop the train.
We might as well just walk out then.
I just didn't know how.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I knew they were going to do it.
And I knew that the film was 2 hours long or whatever, and the first few attempts, like when the Marine was being dropped on his
pulley thing.
No, what's it called? Hang on. How did I describe it earlier? Abseiling. He was abseiling on the wire. But I knew that something was going to go wrong because the film had only just started. It had another 2 hours, so it's not like he's going to get in and save it, and we're just going to watch him playing cards for another hour and 50 minutes.
That would have been a good point to run to the toilet because you think, well, Cat and Funny scores out of 5.
Well, hang on a minute, because I'm going to score this out of 10.
Could divide by 2.
So I'm going to give this... I need to give it 2 scores. One for one thing and one for another.
Right, go on.
So I need to score this for the storyline. It was a good storyline.
Well,
so
no, the storyline, if anything, should be a 1 out of 5 because it was a very basic storyline. It's something that has been done before. And I've got no problem with stories that have been done before, as long as it's done well. Before? Of course it has. Runaway Trains.
Is that the one with Gene Wilder?
Gene Hackman, yeah.
Yeah, Gene Hackman. Yeah.
Which is also one of your other favourite Denzel films, isn't it? Denzel on a train, which I think is what you mentioned once before.
You were going to say my favourite Gene Hackman film, yeah?
Yeah.
The one where he's on a train. Hang on, I don't know. I'm just trying to think about that film with the runaway train because it had a disgruntled employee, didn't it?
Such a sense of deja vu.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I did think that myself. Yeah. Right. Look, I'm going to give it.
The story was 1 out of 5. There was.
So I'm going to give the story a 9 out of 10. Right.
I give the story 9 out of 100.
But with my facts, you know, all the errors that I found, no, that's only a few of them. I'm going to give that. I'm going to give that a 5 out of 10. So that is going to be 14 out of 20, so that's going to be 7 out of 10.
3 out of 5.
I'm going to give that a 7 out of 10. Right, well, this is weird because I have written down more dislikes than likes, but overall, I did enjoy the film.
Okay, and what does that say about you as a person?
It says I only remember the negative stuff.